Hey, what's up? The Brew Dude is back here with another beer or two. So I got the last two of my Mexican style lager marathon or whatever you want to call it. And these guys, I decided why not do them together. I've never really had a side-by-side comparison of Corona Familiar and Corona Extra. This one coming at a whopping about, I believe it's a 4.8, and then this one about 4.6. This one's in a brown bottle. This is in a clear bottle. I've been drinking this one for I don't know how long. In every single way imaginable. In every probably every situation you can think of. From family, clubs, bars, everywhere, right? Beach, hidden, in a movie, whatever, right? Everything. And this one here, I've had it a lot of times, but in not a long time. Not for a long time. I had it now for, I've probably been drinking it now for, I think it's a couple years or maybe a few years. It came in the 32 ounces, the big ones. But now it's in these 12-ounce bottles. So I want to do a side-by-side comparison. At the same time, still add them to those 7 that I did. Those other 5 that I did and see where these guys placed on the other ones. If you watch the previous videos, if not, go watch them so you can see where I placed all the different ones. And so far, right now, that's leading as Bohemia, okay? That one has been so far the most flavorful, fuller, most tasteful beer that I've had based on those 5, right? Now, I got these guys. Well, enough of those. Let's open these guys up. Let's pour them out. Let's look at the differences. See, honestly, I don't think I've ever poured out a Corona Familiar or even a Corona, if that's in the case. Actually, you know what I have? There's some places that I go to that don't allow bottles in the actual place, and they make you pour the beer in these plastic cups. That way people don't break bottles on each other's heads, right? So let's smell this one out of the bottle. Rich, strong smelling. Musty, very, very good smelling lager here for sure. It's nostalgia. That's all I gotta say. This one. Surprisingly, out of the bottle, this one smells less. This is more of a richer when it comes to malts, right? It almost smells like it has a little bit of prunes or some type of raisin aroma to it. Okay, like dried fruit a little bit. Still has that musty Mexican style lager as both do, but this one is pronounced. Very strong, very strong. So, I'm going to pour that one here. Ooh. Then I'm going to do the Familiar over here. And based on this here, we're going to see if we can even see a difference when it's poured in an actual cup. All right, so Corona Extra, Corona Familiar. They are virtually identical, right? No difference. Looks the same. If anything I can see is the left side, which is the Familiar, might have a little bit more carbonation action, but the heads are the same. The color is the same. The temperatures are the same. They were like sitting right next to each other in the cooler. Everything's the same so far. Let's go for the smell out of the actual cup. That rich, musty Mexican style lager that I'm used to in a Corona. This one's less. This one doesn't have that strong, like Mexican style lager smell that you're used to when in a Corona, right? This one's just in your nose, kind of skunky a little bit. I don't know, maybe it's the clear glass, right? I don't know, but I definitely smell it in this one. And this one's subtle, almost nothing. This one has more of a, I can smell the alcohol in this. And a slight like raisin or prunes or dried, those type of fruits. Huh. It definitely smells a little bit different. But let's go to Corona Extra. This is what I'm used to, what I drank a lot of. That's good. It's not as flavorful as the Bohemia, or it's not as flavorful as you'd expect it to be, right? You always hear Corona Extra, right? Like more flavor, more punch, a little bit more alcohol, fuller, you know. But it's not that. It's not bitter. The carbonation bites a little bit. Mid-range, the grain is there. There's no bad aftertaste, but the end, after just past mid-range, it kind of mellows out a little bit and just kind of goes away, right? But it's a solid, clean, solid beer. It is a Mexican style lager, right? So you're not expecting this like super flavors, but you don't want anything watery like some of the other ones we've had that I didn't say too much nice things about. But I can say that this one maybe doesn't hold up to the Bohemia right there when it comes to flavor, but it holds its own. I feel like right above El Sol. Oh, it's good, not bad. So this is the extra. Now, this is the Familiar. It's very hard to smell, but it's there. It's just subtle. Okay. There's a definite difference. Okay, so this one here, there's more bitterness to it, okay? That bitterness is very, very present at the beginning and mid-range. You just taste it. And right when you get to mid-range, the carbonation's still there, still biting a little bit. It ends off with a nice mouthful of grain, a lot of malt, right? It's not full-bodied. It's not one of those pale ales or anything. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is I'm tasting grain right now. If you ever had just raw grain before it's even brewed and kind of chewed it in your mouth, or let's just say go get some regular oats, chew it a little bit, and you'll get that grain flavor kind of aroma in your taste buds and in your nose. Also, or you can go ahead and get some just basic Cheerios, right? Get some Cheerios, chew them a little bit, and that aroma taste that you get, that's what it is. And I can also taste the alcohol difference in this one. Yeah. Oh. It definitely kicked up that bitterness levels. They kicked up the alcohol because I can taste it at the end. They probably used more grain or diluted it less, which, I don't know, they might be the same recipe. This one's just diluted more, and this one's obviously a little bit fuller, right? Let's go back to this one. Yeah. Immediately as I started drinking this one, I can smell it. Not this one, though. This one, the Corona Extra, as soon as I started, it's all in here, and this one's more in the flavor, this was more in the aroma. Is this one bad? No. What do I prefer? Well, I prefer the Corona Familiar, honestly. It just gave me that just more fuller flavor, more balance to the beer, and it almost was one of those beers that can stand alone on it. It can hold its own. This one, I feel like on its own, it might have a little bit of trouble holding up to like the Modelo Negras, the Bohemias, and those type of beers. A lot more fuller, flavorful, even amber Mexican style lagers. But it can hold itself. It can kick a punch. It can kick a punch. It can throw a punch. It can throw a kick and fight for itself in its place in the Mexican style lagers. I mean, you can find this anywhere and everywhere. But if we're comparing them both back to this, I prefer Corona Familiar. It's just, to me, for these two, it's just a fuller flavored beer that holds itself tall, strong, and flavor and taste doesn't lie. I did a side-by-side comparison about them, and I prefer the Familiar. Go find this beer, share it with your friends, enjoy it over a barbecue, over some steak, or just enjoy it with a nice conversation with your loved ones. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and liking. And with that said, the Brew Dude is out.